What's good, YouTube? This your boy Chi World back at y'all again with another art tutorial. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that like button, comment, subscribe. Make sure you click post notifications so you will be notified every time your boy drops some heat. In today's video, I will be showing you guys how to make James Harden style of hair. So without further ado, let's jump right into this video. First thing we're gonna do is drop the opacity down on our picture. Say about a good 70. Oh, that'll do 70. Okay, we're gonna lock that layer. Add a new layer. Come over here to set our brush.
Bruh.
Oh, my computer moving slow. Okay, here we go. You want to click new brush. And you want to click OK. Go to your pressure and change this to 3. Let's see. You can just type it in 3. You're gonna put 3 on this side. You're gonna click our brush. And this is the only brush I ever, on all my videos, this is the only brush you see me using. And all I do is, it's like, I press light, then I go harder in the center, then I come off of it. And it's just like a technique. But that's the only brush I ever use. I just changed the sizes of it, but all you gotta do to get that brush is set your pen, pressure sensitivity. So let's go ahead and start. We're gonna just gonna hurry up and get to the hair. First thing you wanna do, you wanna go ahead and make your brush bigger. Go down to 5 and we just gonna fill it in thick. Before we add the detail, you just want to go ahead and color in the inside. So, but you want to leave a little room around the edges. Alright, we got the beard. Just gonna do the top of his mohawk. And we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna leave some room around the edges. Now it's time for the technique. So what you want to do, you want to bring your brush size down, and all you want to do is make like a swirl effect. And you want to do the swirl left and right. But when you do the swirl, you don't want to make a complete circle. You want to kind of like stop it, like you're trying to make a upside down C. You just want to keep doing that, and then the more you do it consistently, it'll start looking like little hairs. So all you want to do is you want to keep that same consistency going. You want to make it a little bigger, a little smaller, and just left and right. You want to keep doing it. We're gonna make our brush a little bigger. We go to 0.75. Let's do 0.75 so we can cover more ground. And you see how you can kind of still see like the smooth line. All you have to do is just come a little closer, and you can just kind of feel. Don't make it perfect, just you can make smaller hair effects. Now we got our beard. We just got to keep keep going around until we finish the process. Now we got the beard complete, so now we finna go up and do the top of the hair. Finish the mohawk, so we're gonna use the same method for the top of the hair. You just want to keep making your swirls left and right. Okay, now we finna get to the more tedious part, and that's kind of like the fade to the hair, to the mohawk. So what you want to do is you want to come in, let's make our brush like a 0.75, and we're just gonna do this. But you don't want to go past, you want to make like an invisible line like right here. So we're gonna go thick, and the lower we get to the closer we get to the ear, we're gonna make our brush even smaller so it can have a nice fade to it. So the closer you get to the mohawk, you want to try to make it darker, and you want to try to hide this line so it'll look natural, kind of like what I'm doing. So as you see, the closer I'm getting to the line, I'm getting rid of it. Try not to make it too perfect so it can have a more natural look to it. Okay, we're gonna do that same step, but we're gonna make our brush smaller, so you can come up to this 0.5, and we can just make it a little lighter. And you can space it out more too, cause like when you give it spacing, it'll give it a more lighter effect, like you didn't put too much emphasis on it. So, and we're gonna put a gradient effect on the edge, but we're just doing this so when this line work sit on top of it, it'll give it more of a effect where it'll pop. Okay, now that we got the hair finished, what you want to do is we're gonna make sure everything is closed off so we can add our fill-in colors. Now what you want to do after you done finish your line work, you want to go ahead and click your selection tool. You want to highlight everything, go to object, expand appearance, and then you want to go to your pathfinder and you want to click merge, so we can make all our lines one. Right after you do that, you want to make a copy of your line work by dragging it down to this blank sheet of paper. Then you want to lock the top layer. Then we're gonna find a nice skin tone. So we get something we like. Say about reddish. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Then you want to go to your rectangle tool and you want to drag it over all the artwork, all the line work. And you want to right click the rectangle tool. Right click the rectangle we just made. Then you want to go to arrange, send backward. Send to back. And you'll know if you did that step right if you look over here at your layers and you see your line work sitting on top of the color. Right after you do that, you want to highlight everything together, and then we're going to merge this to make it one. And now you can right click on it, isolate, select group, and then we can delete the unwanted color. And to get the skin tone out of the hair, what you want to do is you want to come right here to your layer, click this drop down menu, and scroll down until you see until the end of the black line work. And I'm gonna tell you why we doing this. You want to scroll down until you get to okay. Here's the end of our black line work, and what you want to do, you want to hold down on your mouse, and you want to stroll up while you still got your mouse selected. You want to stroll up and lock all the black layers. Then once you do that, you want to unlock the top two, and then you want to close it. So we do that so instead of trying to delete these one by one and making a mistake and deleting our line work, we done locked all the black layers, so it won't let us delete that. So you can click this arrow right here, and then you can highlight it. Let's see. Wait, drop down. Wait, yeah. Unlock this layer right there. And close it again. And now we can highlight. And we can delete all the unwanted color that fell inside our hair. So all you gotta do, just like I said, lock all the black line work inside the layer, but don't lock the top two. Don't lock these top two, just lock all the line work inside of it, and then you can close it. And that should let you just go through and delete. And sometimes when it's not letting you select it, you just gotta open it up and make sure that that layer didn't lock on you. Now what we're gonna do is finish coloring the rest of the picture. So you want to click this arrow right here, the selection tool. You want to click onto it. You want to regular click it first. Then you want to right click, isolate group, and now we can change colors individually. Now what you want to do to add a cool effect before we do the gradient fade on the hair, what you want to do is you want to add a blank layer above the line work, above everything, and then you want to come down here to your colors, and now you can click any gradient. Just make sure you have a gradient selected, because we finna change the colors to it. And you can come to Windows, and then you can click gradient. And what we're gonna do, all we need is 3, so we're gonna delete. We're gonna delete the extra ones. So what you want to do You want to come to the sides and you want to make that black and kind of let's see what color we're gonna make it fade. We're gonna go for a dark color, but let's try to make it fade a little bluish if we can. Okay, now the color in the center, we're gonna make it bluish gray so it can have a nice fade to it. A little purple. And you can just look at my settings if you want to pause it. So that's the center. It's the sides. We're gonna make this a little more purplish. Then we're gonna come to this side and do the same. Adjust this a little more, put it. You'll see what I'm doing at the end. Okay, I kinda like that. So I'm finna let y'all look at my settings. That's the first one. It's the one in the middle. And this the one on the far end. So now what you want to do, you want to come click your paintbrush tool, and you want to add the same swirls we did on the outside, but you can be more random inside the beard. You don't have to have a order, but I like to make it flow, like to make it make sense. Since I'm going this way, I want to make it flow around like this. As you can see, if you can see, I want to make it flow around, like make it go this way. So now we're finna go home to the top of the hair, and we're gonna do it kind of a different effect, like a more of a straight line than a curve, but not too straight though. We want to keep the flow going like it's natural hair. So don't try to make it too neat, but you want to keep some kind of consistent flow going. Okay, now that we did the hair, we're gonna add one layer under the top line work. We're gonna add one layer in between, and you want to get your, we're gonna find this gradient tool. You can just click any gradient tool, and I'm gonna show you what you do. We're gonna pull out our gradient, and on this one, what you're gonna do, you want to select this side, and you want to drop the opacity down to 0. And on this side, you want to make that fade into like a brownish, so it'll flow good with its skin tone. But you want to keep this, you want to keep the bottom one at 100. So let's try to get a brownish color if we can. Okay, that's pretty close. Now what you want to do, now that we got our gradient tool selected, we only want to have that out. So we're going to lock this. Then we're going to come to our pen tool. Now we finna gonna place it right behind our pieces of hairs. Click that. If you don't know how to use the pen tool, I have a video on that that'll show you how to use it. But I'm just gonna go ahead and make a nice little effect. Then you can just come around. Okay, close it off. Now what you want to do, now that we still got that selected, we're gonna bring out our gradient, and we're gonna come right here, and we're gonna have a fade coming from the top. So I like it about right here. Then we're gonna see how much we want it to come down. So I'm gonna pull this level right here. I like it about, and you can pull this up a little bit. And I like that, so we're gonna click off of it with our arrow. I mean, you can make it more perfect, but I'm just trying to show you guys so you can take the time and really get a nice little edge going, because it look like I done messed them up a little bit, but it's all good.